So, I've been asked a number of times about this crazy, wild, amazing meal that I make. In fact, it's been nicknamed Matthew's Magnificent Morning Meal. And I got tired of explaining it, so I'm creating this video so that you can see it and emulate it, do whatever you like. It comes actually out of a lot of time when I was a raw foodist and finding the highest nutrient-packed, really vibrant foods for me to eat. And I was having an experience that I would eat all that all the time, and often I'd feel cold, especially where I was living. I'd wake up in the morning and have fruit or something. So I went and saw a Chinese medical doctor, and he said what you need is something to kind of kickstart your digestion and have something that your body would, consume and kind of generate heat and energy. So that's why it's kind of like a raw food meal mixed with a base of, actually I chose oats, because they are, and this is a very special way I make oatmeal. Special, it just means I don't burn it. So I put in the water and I turn that on and just get that to a boil. So while that's boiling, I'm going to put in the rest of the ingredients. So I put in, first thing I put in is coconut oil. I put in the oils, the things at the bottom that are going to melt with the oatmeal when I put it in on top. So I have that coconut oil. I use just a ghee, which is clarified butter, if you're not familiar with that. This is a very great organic grass-fed ghee. And miso, by the way, this is a weird concoction of things that when you probably hear them, you'll think that sounds disgusting. I have yet to have someone actually try it that has not really loved it. So I'll just say that as a caveat. And then I put in, I keep these jars just full so that I don't have to spend much time. It takes me about 7 to 8 minutes to create the whole thing. And this is a concoction of currants, goji berries, cacao nibs, and dried mulberries, which you've never had are fantastic. That's kind of the sweet. This basically is a concoction of all the tastes, from sweet to salty to sour. The other ones I can't remember right now. And after that, I put in kimchi. So I lived in South Korea. I fell in love with this stuff. It's just basically fermented, a fermented food, which you haven't studied or know about, are tremendously wonderful for your whole system, digestion, these live microorganisms that stimulate and keep your full intestinal system really healthy. And I also put in a little salsa, the spicy, that's another one of the flavors, spicy. That's getting finished up. And here's a concoction, another one I have. This is bee pollen, chia seeds, hemp seed, spirulina powder, and one of those wholemeal vegetable powder blends. And so I mix that together usually, and then I just sprinkle that on over everything. Local bee pollen, so that helps if you have any allergies. Bee pollen is a great way to prevent that by eating what your local flowers are producing. And everything else I need to wait until the oatmeal is done to put in. Oh, no, I'll put in the dulse. So this is whole leaf seaweed. And so I just chop that up into my meal. You can buy it flaked. I like to have the whole and then just chop it. And I love this stuff. I could just eat it plain, or I love it with avocado actually. Never had dulse. It's great stuff. Been hearing about all the stuff in Japan and the radiation coming over and people racing out to get iodine and all that kind of stuff, and I know I get plenty of it every day just by having, this is one of the most nutrient-dense foods in the world. Straight from the sea. And basically we just need to let, the way I do oatmeal, which is kind of fun, I let the water boil, and then I'm going to dump in the oats after it's boiled, and then let it sit, and just let it cover. So actually there's a way of cooking, it used to be, they call it it's called, straw bale cooking or something, but basically heating up a pot and getting it really hot, and then you put it inside of something that's insulated, and then it just cooks in its own heat. You don't need to continually add heat to it. It's kind of a slow cooking method. So this is a way to do it here with oatmeal. So I already have the water boiling. I kind of know the consistency I like, so I can just pour it in. I don't need to measure it anymore. And then I just stir that up, making sure that's going to be the consistency I want. Need a little bit more. Tiny bit more. Should do it. And then I just cover it and turn this off. And in about 2 minutes, that oatmeal is going to be done.